You can probably guess that morgues are really grotesque places. Autopsies and, well, people go there to claim or diagnose people that might be relatives. However, this was not a normal morgue. It's not like you would find this kind of morgue in your neighborhood, but you would find it in this place. Now, people think that, well, honestly, people know that you can come to this morgue and you can have any dreams you want to come true. They have medicine or stuff like that. And not only that, they actually have something called reanimation, which is basically bringing anyone back to life that you want. Now, I'm not going to say anything about that, but you can always find something that does it. Now, usually you would find something different around anything else, but this morgue was special to people. The whole town liked it for one reason. School projects would basically ask someone to get a taste of history or write a report on history, like what it was like in the 1750s, right? Well, no one actually knew what it was back then. So what they would do was go to the morgue. Simple enough. They would give the medicine to one of their early ancestors that had everything, to where they would be at least maybe 60 or 80 years old, depending on how old they were when they died. If they were 80 when they died, they would get reanimated into 60. So basically 20 years before they died. But, so if a baby died, it would come back the same age, though. But that's another topic. People would give medicine to these dead ancestors, not as zombies, not anything like that, but as slightly wrinkled, and people will also go there just to end their own lives. Not in the literal way, but they would slow their heart rates down for however long they wanted. See, one pill does one day. When they found this out, they decided to take 20 pills to, get 20 days with slow heart rate. Now you would think people die from this, right? No. The truth is, no one knows how long you can go with a slow heart rate. With it not constant, people can't respond. It's like they are dead. In fact, people think about this as a different kind of, let's just say they're not as well prepared as you would think. Because one thing can mean totally something different. But this story, with that out of the way, is a story about Matt, a boy named Matt. His parents died. It was very, very emotional. people thought he was a great kid. He was one of the best people, or he was one of the best kids you could ever hang around. He had millions of friends. He he had the most brilliant smile. It could light up a whole neighborhood with just one smile. You can make him your friend, and he would do anything for you. That is, if you were nice to him. It made no difference who you were, but he would be your friend, even if you didn't want him to be. It was always his pleasure to be someone's friend. He would love a friend, even though he was just the best kid you could ever hope to find or be friends with. He was always the best kid around. I mean, there was nothing you could really say to him that he would take as a compliment. You could say you need to work hard on your schoolwork. He would say, okay. Everything that came on, he would always love. And he would love everything that happened. He would make sure his reason was known. Crazy, I know, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. This means that he didn't really make anyone do anything for him, but he knew what to do. And when his parents passed away, that was a very emotional time for him. He didn't like the thought of losing his parents. But you can't prevent death. At the funeral, he spoke for basically the whole time. No one else knew about his parents, and he just wanted to know who it was that came. Obviously his friend and their parents. His friends were always crying because they knew his parents, and their parents knew his parents, but they all had stories to tell. And they kept it short about 30 seconds. But they were still long memories. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, Matt was devastated to hear that his parents died. And honestly, I think that I could say I know what he's going through. I didn't lose both my parents, but I lost my mom. It was terrible. I didn't like losing her any more than he lost his mom, lost his parents. Losing parents is the most depressing thing ever. But at their funeral, he was telling them all the great times they had. They passed away when he was 10. My mom passed away when I was 7. But Matt was the most compassionate kid you would ever meet. He wouldn't want nature would take him away so easily. He felt like he lost a friend. He lost a lot of friends because he wouldn't come out of his house for God knows how long. What friends he had left came to their funeral. A week passed since the passing of best parents he ever had. And I suppose grew more just knowing that he didn't like the morgue for that specific reason, because his parents were in there. He had basically everything he could hope for. The morgue was where he went to talk to his parents and ask for advice. He knew he would get a response because his parents always answered him. But when he was agreed by silence, when he asked a question, he was heartbroken. He was heartbroken to a million pieces. Knowing he would not get a response back if he asked another question, he walked slowly back home in the rain. He thought about what he saw in the morgue. His lifeless parents on a slab. Thinking about how he would see him again in the afterlife. He was so sad. And frankly, he didn't want to know what it was like to lose another parent. He only knew what to do from what his mom told him one time. She always said to him, if something happens to us, go live with your stepmom and dad. He didn't know anything about him, or he didn't know anything, what they were like or anything. Without hesitation, he walked to, he gathered up his things and walked there. When he got there, their house was almost hidden by weeds. Their lawn terribly unkept. I would say the grass was about 5 feet tall, taller than Matt was. But he saw an old picture of the house, and he knew it was just straight ahead. Walking through the tall grass, he saw the house. It was terrible. It was about to fall apart. He could tell. By now, he was visibly shaken up. But he pressed on. He called out like he would to any other parent. Mom? Dad? No answer. Heartbroken again, he trotted inside because it was raining very heavily outside. He was soaking wet. Understandable, right? As he was inside, he knew that the house was terribly messed up. There was really any place where you couldn't see trash. He saw aluminum cans, clothes, dirty clothes, water bottles, pop bottles, jugs here and there. Terrible house. No one would even want to visit there. He could have swore the price value of this was maybe $5. Maybe. But what he hated about this house was no one was inside. His step-parents came out of one room, smelling like weed. They looked at him and they threw him outside in the cold rain. He let him stay there for a whole day. The only thing he had was water in his bag. And maybe a few bits of food, maybe a couple loaves of bread. Or something to eat, right? He had a tent, so he pitched that pretty fast. Luckily there was one spot out in the huge jungle of grass that he could pitch his tent at. He stayed there for quite a while, eating and drinking his water and bread. When he ran out of water, he would just fill it from the rain. On the edge of California, the rain didn't stop for weeks. So he kind of had a unlimited supply of water. Plus there was a lake nearby that he could get water from. He kind of didn't know what to do for how long. He asked if he can come in. His step-parents said no. And at that point, he decided just to live on his own. He packed up the tent, packed up his stuff, and left. He was going to live with those terrible people. He went to his grandparents, and his grandparents were quite nice to him. They bought him new clothes, and he used to live with them. About 10 years passed, and this boy known as Mathew, he was now called, went to college after about 2021. And he lived a happy life until one fateful day. A robber came in while he was sleeping. He woke up because of a loud crash. And the robber shot him. And then he went back to that morgue that he hated so much from his childhood. However, in his afterlife, it was all more peaceful. I guess we could say is Mathew always wanted to die ever since his parents died. But the real question is, how far would you go to get your parents back? If you were Mathew, how far would you go to have your parents back? Think about it.
There's always a reason to be afraid.